Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Today is Tuesday. My goodness. All right. Let's hop right into today's episode. Our thread for today is what's a secret that you think would shock everyone if it came out? Oh, man. So, let's get right on into it. Okay. It's not even a secret, but it's deliberately ignored and hushed by basically everyone all the time. 1 in every 3 or 4 girls and 1 in every 5 to 7 boys is sexually assaulted before they turn 18. God damn. All right. All right. Sure. I mean, you know, do you think, I guess, the guy, damn. I mean, I get it's a problem, and it may be more of a prevalent problem, I guess now more than it has been in the past, but sure, thanks for sharing. How easy it is to lose everything with your bad password habits. You know what? That's kind of facts. That's why for me, I've gone to writing down all my fucking shit, bro. Trust me, that shit works. Man. The amount of people hiding an addiction, whatever that is to them, drugs, alcohol, food, gambling, porn, sex, watching/following sports, even healthy things like exercise, meditation, or whatever, I am beginning to believe that our reward system in our brains have been so hijacked by modern day that we don't even realize it, and we feel lesser and powerless over time as we dwell on our specific thing. Yeah, dude, it's facts. It's facts. I mean, you can even equate that to dating nowadays. You see how dating is. How we're all just mindless zombies just swiping now. You know, there's no such thing as meeting people and talking to them anymore and hanging out. It's like a lot of people rather date through their phone because it's easier. You know what I mean? You don't got to get dressed up and look nice or, really have people skills in order to text somebody or to be on your phone and talking to someone. It's the truth. And I think that applies with just everything, man. That shit sucks. I don't actually know what I'm doing at work. I have no qualifications or previous work experience in the field. Just wing it every day and seem to get results. Yo, my man lied on the resume and got the job. My man lied on the resume and got the job. He was just like, I didn't think I was going to get this far. He's like, but I did. So it is what it is. Let's get to it. Let's figure it out. Like, shit. I secretly run a wildly popular OnlyFans account where I just narrate bedtime stories in different accents. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just making buku bucks over reading bedtime stories in a different accent. Like, that's crazy. And it's crazy because I guarantee you there are some girls that are on there that are just extremely popular for doing the most basic shit. They probably read a book or they cook, but just because they got the big boobas and the booty cheeks, they're just guys are like, $15.99. I'm there, baby. Let's get it. Hey, do your thing. A majority of my childhood was spent in motels. So whenever I told my friends they could not hang out, because my place was small, I never said the real reason why. I felt ashamed. Damn. I would too as a kid. You don't actually have like a home. You just live in motels and stuff. That must be so hard on a kid. You know what I mean? Like all your other kids, especially like if your kid goes to another kid's house and you're like, wow, this is what living in a house is like. This is cool, And instead, you just know motels. Oh, that's tough. That is tough. That's horrible. Oh shit. All right. Let's see. I never turned in my 4th grade writing assignment. I just stuffed it in my desk incomplete and ignored it. The teacher never said anything. I'm 38 and I think about that way too much. It's one of those things where like I'll be getting ready to go to bed and I'm just like laying down and I'm just like, ready to go to Mimi land. And then my eyes shoot open and I'm just like, my brain's just like, hey, yo, you remember in the 6th grade when you did this embarrassing thing? And I'm like, fuck, I do now. And you're just thinking about it the whole time. You're just like, oh, why did I say that? Oh my God, I was the stupidest fucking 12-year-old ever. Like, what am I doing? You know, like, you just think about that shit randomly. I get that so often. It's embarrassing to admit it to y'all, but yeah, I get that a lot. I just be ready to go off to Mimi land, and my eyes shoot open, and my brain is just like, hey, yo, you remember in 3rd grade when you did this embarrassing thing? Yeah, that girl probably still remembers that. And you're just like, oh man, she probably does. Damn. She's probably 30 years old too, just remembering that shit. Like, man, that guy is so weird. Let's see here. All right. That I was addicted to meth for almost 4 years. Yo. And no one knew, but I overcame addiction with my girlfriend that I've been with for 10 years almost by ourselves. Damn, man. Hey, W on her, man, because most chicks would have just been like, ooh, yeah, no thanks. You know what I mean? Like, ooh. So, hey, that's a W woman right there, man. How many well-respected people are sexual predators? Look, man, if I'm being honest with you, with that statement right there, I truly think that rich people get to a point where, like, normal sex is just boring to them. You know, they're like, yo, this consenting thing, it ain't it, chief. I need a little fight. I need a little vigor in my sex. You know, like, I think they have so much money and status and so much power, and they're able to especially with like the advent of the internet now. I'm not going to say all women, but most right now, you know, you can Instagram and you go to them and you're just like, hey, I'll pay you a couple $1,000. Come over to my house, you know, let me pork that vagina a little bit, and I'll, you know, send you back or whatever. And it's just kind of like the space right now. And so I think people who have access to abundance of money, it's like, they're like, yeah, this is cool, you know, but if I'm being honest with you, I wanna have a little fight. I'm gonna have a little, you know what I mean? Or they're just like, you know, women my age kind of boring. You know what I mean? Go get some little kids. It's like, what? Like, I just feel like they get so, and that's why I think Diddy was doing what he was doing, because homeboy was just so bored of regular sex. He was just like, yo, man, I need some bussy up in this shit. And not only some bussy, man, I need it to be a fight. I need it to be a struggle. I need some strategic value in this. You know what I mean? Because my man was going to lengths with these Diddy parties. It wasn't no, he was just inviting niggas over and, you know, they was willingly busting open the booty hole. Like, nah, man, these niggas were fighting for their life. They were over here talking about, oh, my head. He's like, nah, dog, it's good. It's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, man. He fighting for his life over there like, oh, shit. Yo, man, I ain't feeling too good. I gotta go home, dog. Nah. It's cool, man. It's cool. We got some beds upstairs. Nah, man, I think it's better if I go home. Nah, don't worry about it. Drink that. You know what I mean? Like, niggas just, they have so much power, they have so much status. Sex is just boring because they know that they can just go up to a random woman. They know they can go up to a random person and that person's like, oh my God, you know. They just get bored of that shit. And I think that's why it's just coming out. Like, there's YouTubers coming out, there's streamers, there's famous people, there's actors, actresses. They're all this shit coming out, bro. It's like, yeah, I think motherfuckers are just bored of ordinary sex. They're just like, yeah, man, you know, once you've had it 1,000 times, then it's just like, I need a little fight in my daily routine, you know? All right. What's a secret that you think would shock everyone if they knew? You're in a pyramid scheme, Kathy. You don't own a business. Oh my God, that's funny. That is so funny. All right. I can mask very well. My house is an absolute mess. Takeout stacked, pissed on the floor, dirty laundry. I never do cooking. I'm so depressed all I want to do is lay in bed. Life feels like it's crumbling, but as soon as I step outside, I can pretend I'm fine. I ain't gonna lie to you, sometimes that's your boy. Sometimes that's your boy. Not to that degree, though. Like, there ain't piss on my floor and, takeout stacked up. And I cook regularly. I go to the gym regularly. But there's a lot of times where your boy is just depressed. I sleep all day. And I'm just like, I'm done with life. You know what I mean? I'm just like, everything is meaningless. And I just don't really care anymore. It's only really on the days that I get to do this podcast that it kind of brings me up a little bit. But for the most time, I'm just like, oh, shoot me in the grape right now. But then I step out and you're just like, yo, man, he's life of the party. You wouldn't even think, and I'm just like, yeah. Existential crisis. You and me, baby. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. That's why, and I've even said it on the podcast. I'm like, bro, if I'm single by 40, I'm marrying Pamela and we're walking out into the sunset, son. It's over. All right. That this is humanity's attempt number 23. We usually only make it to 1990. So this run is doing well. Yo, imagine. Oh, that would be crazy. Imagine if like the world was literally just attempts. You know what I mean? And they just started with like a couple base humans and they're like, all right, let's see how many years they can last. And our attempt has lasted 2024 years when like the last attempt only lasted, let's say up to 1940. Like that would be crazy if that was true. I ain't putting my conspiracy theory hat on or nothing, but hey, that would be some crazy shit, man. I know there's going to be somebody in the comments who's going to be like, dude, have I got some links for you? You know what I mean? I can already see it now. But I'm just saying, hey, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. All right, my mom has a secret child she doesn't know. That's crazy. Your mom has a secret child and she doesn't know that you know? I think it was one of those things where like they reached out like on Facebook or some shit and they were just like, hey, guess what? We're brother and sister. And they're like, what? Who the fuck are you? And it's like, yeah. I came out of that. Yeah, we have the same mom. She disowned me, but I guess she kept you. She sold me, but she kept you. Like how's she been? That old bitch. Like, imagine how you would feel. Like your mom gave you away, but then she has another kid and fully takes care of that kid. And you're just like, damn, I had to live without a mom while you got a mom the whole time. Like, that's crazy. Oh. All right. That I can't cook, but I've mastered the art of convincing people that takeout is gourmet. That's disgusting. Honestly, I get more and more disgusted with takeout like every time I eat it. I don't know if it's just me. Like, I'm the type of person, I cook most of the time. And I enjoy cooking to some degree because I like Googling little recipes, or if I see a recipe on TikTok or, you know what I mean? So, stuff like that. Like if it catches my eye, I'm like, ooh, yeah. And I just feel, this is just me. I feel like my food tastes better, And then also, I don't feel like somebody was just mad and upset that day and they decided to undercook my shit or overcook it or spit in it or something. You know what I mean? And I try to be nice to everybody. Even if my server gets my food wrong, even if they forget something, like I try to be nice as possible because I don't fuck with people who fuck with my food. All right? I don't. No. In that situation, you have all the power because you're handling my food and I ain't trying to deal with that. And that's why a lot of times I cook because I'm like, I know I'm handling my food and I'm good and I can cook it the way I like it. I can't do that shit. I don't know. Fast food, or like, not necessarily just fast food, but just going out to eat in general, it's just not appealing to me anymore ever since I really started getting into cooking and enjoying it. Now, obviously, that's not everybody, and a lot of people are just like, you're crazy. I love my Taco Bell, or I love my Wendy's, and even though Wendy's is disgusting, hey, do your thing, man. I think I think chicken nugs, whatever you want to call them, I think those things have a mind control serum in them, because for some reason so many people be going bananas over those fucking things. I don't get it. Those things are disgusting to me. I'm like, I don't see the appeal. But hey, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Oh my goodness. All right, some elected presidents and world leaders are actually gay, and their first lady and children were orchestrated for public image. Hey, that's facts. That's facts, man. You know, I always think like, what if, you know, you were able to just kind of like peer into that, because it's a whole different world. You know what I mean? And you peer into that world and you're just like, yo, I wonder what really happens behind the scenes, you know, like what's really going on in there. Because for me, I used to know a lot of people in the music industry, and I used to know a lot of people who were producers, and a lot of people were promoters, and a lot of people who, you know, were involved in that industry. And it's crazy how many dudes are actually gay in the music industry, whether they're nobodies or they're somebodies. And to me, I was baffled by it. They'd walk in, they have these pretty girls on their shoulders, like, yeah, da, you know, and you see him, and he's kissing his homeboy or something, and you're just like, whoa, hold up. All right, man, you go ahead and finish that up, and you do your thing. And I've heard tons of stories and all kinds of shit, and I'm just like, yo. And even a lot of the dudes that I knew that were in the music industry were gay, and I was just like, oh, okay. My bad. And you wouldn't even know, because, you know, they were just straight up good dudes. They were just like, hey, yo, what's up, dog? Hey, you trying to go get a beer later? Like, yeah, man, let's go. Let's kick it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, and I had nothing wrong with it, but it was just like surprising. You're just like, what? Kind of scratching your head, because you wouldn't expect these people. You know, you just wouldn't. Obviously, with the image and, you know, the I guess brand they're trying to portray. Yeah, man. You know, it's just like, it's baffling. It's baffling. It's shocking, if you will. All right. Not really a secret, but your life will be so much better if you quit worrying about what other people think about you. Facts, brother. Facts. I don't have that problem so much. I'm just, honestly, I go out and I do my thing, and I'm just like, it is what it is at this point. You know, it is what it fucking is. People are going to judge you by, you know, the cover anyway. People don't give a fuck about your story. They don't care who you are. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you're famous on YouTube or for this or for that, or, you know, people don't give a shit. Right? And that's what I've noticed. It's like, people don't fucking care. You know? So it's like, yeah, walk out and be looking busted. Yeah, do what you want to do. Dance in public. Who cares? Because nobody really does. People are going to walk by you. Sure, they're going to look at you. But after that, they won't give a shit. You know, they don't care. Nobody cares. And once you get to that point in your life, man, you really do be living life nicer. Because I know I do. I be going to the grocery store busted as fuck. And my mom's always just like, oh, well, when you leave the house, you should look nice, because you never know you're going to meet the girl of your life. And I'm like, man, fuck that, man. The girl I love is getting pounded down by Tyrone right now, or she's up in a tree or dead, possibly, man. You know, she ain't missing me. She don't give a fuck about me. You know, it's like, I don't give a shit anymore. Now, if a girl could look at me all busted up and be like, damn, that guy's kind of cute, or, you know, that guy's kind of cool, then okay, I'm about it. But that ain't gonna happen, and it's cool. I ain't tripping. You know, once you get to that point in life, you just say fuck all to everything, because there's just no point in it. And that sucks, because it sounds like so like downer, but it's a reality you just kind of get to. You just realize, man, fuck trying to be cool and trying to be somebody and trying to fit in. Like, I'm just going to be me, and you either accept it or you don't. That's your problem, not mine. You know, it's just like, that's a you problem, man. If I don't fit in, cool. That's a you problem. It don't bother me none. But that's how I've taken the approach of dating. You know, like, I just stopped talking to a girl because it was like we were talking, but she didn't care about how I felt about her with other dudes. You know, it was like, dude, we're supposed to be talking, you know, and you're just hanging out with other dudes and all up on other guys and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I voice my concern, and she's just like, I don't really care. I didn't do anything wrong and that. And I'm like, okay, cool, man. Cool. Bye. You know, that's not my problem. Yeah, and I leave and move on because there's just no point anymore. It's like, what's the point? Why? You know, so yeah, trust me. Once you get to that point, it's beautimous. Life just gets beautimous. You're lonely a lot, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully there's other like-minded people. But all right, I'm gonna do 2 more, and we're gonna get up out of here for this thread. All right, the amount of coworkers my female coworker banged while married with a child. God damn, son. Woo! Her husband knew about one of them and still tried to mend the relationship because he loves her so much. She had an emotional affair in the past, so he thought she was again banging around, and again they mended the relationship. I know of at least 6 guys she had sex with numerous times, not including me. She told me that they broke up, but the divorce wasn't official yet. Oh, she lied. And so that's why he banged. Damn. He would have banged either way, though. Come on now. Let's be real here. Come on, man. Come on now. Why are you out here lying? And many times that happened within the office, conference rooms, basements, parking lots, etc., etc. I mean, this woman would blow a guy in the parking lot, swallow his cum, and then pick up her daughter from nursery, drive her home to her husband. They'd have lunch as a family, and then she'd come back to the office and fuck another guy before she leaves in the afternoon. If her husband knew all that happened, I honestly fear about both his and her life. Yo. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. There are some women on this planet that just don't fear consequence. They just don't. And I think that's the point, though. They don't have any consequence. You know, like her husband is just letting this go and letting it be. And she's just like, oh, this dude ain't going to leave me. You know, I can bang half of America and this man won't leave me. He doesn't care. You know, he's just gonna mend the relationship. He's like, oh, but I love you, baby. Just don't do it again. Let's work on this. Like, bro. And that's the importance of like not letting somebody that's the importance of once is a mistake, twice is a pattern. You know what I mean? Once, sure, it's a mistake. Okay, we could talk about this. Figure it out. If it's something salvageable and you feel that you can get past it and get into a relationship again, cool. But once it happens a second time, man, hey, that's a pattern, and it's like, all right, bro, I'm done. You know, I'm done. I'm good. I'm good on you. Fuck you, dude. You know what I mean? Because if I then take you back again, you're just going to do it again. You know what I mean? You're just going to do it again. It's not like anything's going to fucking change at that point, you know? And then me going back to you, it just makes you feel like, cool, I can do whatever I want, and you're just going to come back. So there's no consequence to it. Yeah, and that's what's happening with him. He's just like, he keeps taking her back, and she's like, cool, no consequence to my actions. Sweet. Man, oh, fucking it up, dude. Terrible. Terrible. All right, so our last one. The last puppy I brought home, I told my family it was just left by the dumpster at Walmart, but really someone was giving it away and pressured me to take it. Hey, at least you got to keep the dog. I mean, you had to come up with a sad story for it. But I mean, honestly, though, dogs that are like just being put in a box and then they're trying to give them away in front of a Walmart, like even that's sad too. You know what I mean? Like, that's so sad. It's just like, oh, you know, like it makes you want to take one home because you're just like, no, you don't deserve this. You're just a baby, you know? Oh my goodness. But that's going to go ahead and be that thread, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread. If you have any shocking secrets that you want to share in the comments, go ahead and put them down there. Share with the peoples. Get involved. And I'd love to read your comments. All right, hop into announcements, and we're going to get into our stories for today. Patreon.com/MyAssholePodcast. We want an exclusive episode every single Friday. Go ahead and get on that Patreon. Check that out. If you're iffy about the Patreon and you're like, I don't know, I have a playlist down there for Spotify as well as YouTube for all the free Patreon Day episodes. And check out those, see what it's like to be on the Patreon and what kind of episodes are over there. Get a little glimpse in that. If you're an audio listener, keep downloading the podcast as well as rating us 5 stars, man. It helps out a lot. And if you want to help us out even more on the free 99 side of things, go ahead and follow us on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right. Oh, without further ado, let's get into our first scenario. Am I in the asshole for exposing my husband's affair with his girl best friend at a family barbecue after his dad told me to get over it? Damn. All right. I'm 29 female. I've been married to my husband, 31 male, for 5 years. We've had a good relationship overall, but there's always been one issue. His girl best friend, Megan, 30 female. She has been in his life since childhood, and while I've always felt a bit uneasy about their closeness, I trusted my husband and tried to be cool with it. Megan is always around. She's at our house constantly. They text all the time, and she even comes on family vacations with us. Yo, nigga, what the fuck? Okay. Every time I brought up how their friendship made me uncomfortable, my husband would brush it off, saying she's practically a sister and that I was overreacting. To make matters more complicated, my mother-in-law is amazing. She always had my back and has told me multiple times that if Megan made me uncomfortable, I should talk to my husband about setting boundaries. On the other hand, my father-in-law has a very different attitude. He adores Megan and has always said that she's a part of the family and that I just need to deal with it. He thinks my discomfort with her friendship is just jealousy. Fast forward to 2 months ago, my husband started acting distant, coming home late, being secretive with his phone, and just off. I had a gut feeling something was wrong, so one night I went through his phone while he was in the shower. That's when I found out he and Megan had been having an affair for months. I was crushed. Damn, he was banging out Megan. I confronted him, and she probably was waiting for that shit too. She was like, oh, about time you put this penis on me. God damn, I've been waiting for this shit. She's like, God, I've been waiting for this. Goodness. I confronted him, and he admitted everything. He swore it was a mistake, and he loved me and begged me not to leave him. Nah, it was a mistake that he got caught. That's what it was. Because come on, man. He would have came clean to you. You wouldn't have had to find out. He would have come clean to you if it was actually a mistake. Like, let's be real. He was upset that he got caught. That's what it really was. Like, come on, man. He said he loved me and begged me not to leave him. I didn't know what to do, so I stayed quiet for a bit, trying to process everything. A couple of weeks later, my in-laws hosted a big family barbecue. I was still reeling from the affair, but my husband convinced me to come, saying we needed to keep up appearances while we worked things out. I went, but I was a wreck inside, especially knowing Megan would be there. Sure enough, Megan showed up like nothing had happened, acting all friendly with everyone, including me. I was boiling inside, but I kept it together. Then during dinner, my father-in-law made some offhand comments about how Megan would always be a part of the family and that I needed to get over my insecurities. He said this in front of everyone. That was my breaking point. I stood up, looked him straight in the eye, and said, you know what? I would never get over it if she wasn't sleeping with my husband. The entire table went silent. Megan's face turned white, and my husband tried to calm me down, but I wasn't having it. I told everyone exactly what had been going on, the sneaking around, the lies, the betrayal, everything. My mother-in-law was furious, but not at me. She laid into my husband and Megan, saying they destroyed our marriage and disrespected me. My father-in-law, though, had the audacity to say I was overreacting and that affairs happen. That's crazy. But I shouldn't have aired it in front of the family. He even defended Megan, saying that she made a mistake and we should all move on. Yo! Pops is out here glazing Megan, man. She is just like, yo, he should have been with Megan the whole time. Fuck you talking about? You were just some in-between, bitch. I thought he was just going to pump and dump and get with Megan, but I don't even really like you anyway. Yeah, Pops don't like her at all. Pops is just like, I never liked you anyway. Fuck off, Sarah. Go on somewhere. Megan is who I want to have be my daughter-in-law. I don't want you. I want her. It's about time they fuck. Thank God. Let's go, baby. You know? Like, I've been rooting for this the whole time. Like, the dad is glazing Megan, bro. God damn. He is all about her. He's just like, hey, it is what it is. You know, let him have both of y'all. All right, I left the barbecue and have been staying with my mom ever since. My husband keeps begging me to come home, and my mother-in-law has been supportive, but my father-in-law is telling me the whole family that I'm the one causing drama and blowing things out of proportion. Damn. My asshole for exposing the affair in front of everyone at the barbecue. Should I have kept it private, or was it the right call, or was it right to call them out after everything? I ain't gonna lie to you, girl. I would have done the same fucking thing, because there's no way that I could sit there and I could hear that. You know what I mean? My father-in-law out here glazing on Megan like, oh, she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then you got Megan walking around like her shit don't stink and she stole my man. Like, nah, bitch, you need to know who you messing with, because that's my man and you was lucky to get a little bit of that dick. Like, fuck out of here, right? It took you a millennia to get that dick. It took me like a couple years. Yeah, you know what I mean? I got the ring. I'm the one out here. It would make me feel so fucking small. You know what I mean? You would feel so small in that situation, and you would need something to gain that. I don't want to say power back, but just like your position. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck? Like, I'm the wife out here. I got the ring. I got the, the title. Like, treat me as such. Like, what the fuck? And so I understand why she did it. I'd be pissed too. Some chick just come out of nowhere and all of a sudden she's the best thing since sliced fucking bread. Like, there's no way, bro. I feel you. I would have sat there and been like, obviously eating my popcorn, watching, the shit go down. But at the same time, I'd have been like, but she right though. I mean, she right. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck can she get over, Megan was already a problem before they started fucking. You know what I mean? She was already a problem before that. But then the fucking only exacerbated the problem into something even bigger. And she's like, I have to hold this in? I have to keep this in? I have to watch you guys be all buddy. And I gotta hold this in? Nah, man. Nah. And I feel it. I'm right there with her, man. Like, I'm supposed to just bite my tongue while you go ahead and, you hang out with other people and we're supposed to be, together? Like, nah, bro. Nah, like, fuck that shit. Fuck that. I can see how, little I am to you. You know what I mean? I can see how little I care or I matter to you. Obviously your feelings don't mean shit to him 100%, because he wouldn't have been doing the shit that he did, and then he even forced you to go to that party or that barbecue knowing that Megan was gonna be there. Come on, let's keep that hundo P. He knew Megan was gonna be there. Like, come on now. So yeah, man, I feel you. All right, we got our next one. Okay. This one is, am I overreacting to, I think it's following an OF model on Instagram. Okay. All right. So this is a text thread conversation. So it's her. She screenshots the OF model page on Instagram, and it says that he's following her. He says, I must have followed it by accident.
Stop the cap.
My bad. She replies, okay, how did you even get that on your feed to accidentally follow? This isn't even funny. He replies, I'm not sure. It's not like I like things like that. It's nothing. Trust me, I don't follow thirst traps. She replies, it's on your feed, so you're looking at that kind of stuff, obviously. I'm not stupid. Just be real with me. He then replies, I promise on everything, I did not follow that person on purpose. Why don't you believe me? I've been strong and trusting. Hold on. I've been strong and trusting you, so trust me. All right. Okay. Then her reply. It seems like you're looking at these types of pages, which gets it on your feed. So please be honest with me. I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's just strange to accidentally follow someone, especially a hot lady with an OF. All right. And then she, I guess, finds his link history and finds all these OF chicks that he's clicked on all their links, to their OF and everything. And he's like, I love you. And she's like, you lied to me. So now we're going to get into the actual story. So that was just the backstory of their text in between. All right. So hello all. So I, 22 female, don't have any social media besides Facebook and Reddit. My boyfriend, 21 male, has basically everything a 21-year-old would have. In the past, when I had Instagram, I noticed him following an inappropriate account. He'd say it was an accident. I'd brush it off. And this has happened 2 times now. I've told him my boundaries in the past, which is no OF. He can watch Pornhub. I don't care, but OF is too intimate and personal. 2 weeks ago, I noticed he's following an OF girl named Tracy. Oh, shit. This is his response. He called me 30 minutes later, and I told him to delete his Instagram since I can't trust him to not be a pervert. I think it's disgusting to look at stuff like that, have some control. Before he deleted his Instagram, I asked for his password, and he gave it to me with hesitation. Mind you, he had a good opportunity to delete stuff because he took about 5 minutes giving me his passwords because he forgot it. I go through, and everything is good besides his link history. Full of all these horrible links, including a sex chat. When he comes over, I go through his Reddit history and find 6 links for fucking AI Ice Spice nudes.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay. Pathetic. We've both talked about how we don't like Ice Spice, but he show is trying to look for AI pictures of her booty and coochie. Like, god damn. That's just weird as fuck, bro. I guess that was a lie. I'm not sure if this is acceptable or not. Personally, I think it's disgusting, disrespectful, and a form of cheating. But when I told him that, he denied it being cheating. A month ago, he asked why my ex and I broke up. I told him because he had a porn addiction and was constantly clicking OF links. Then my boyfriend still turns around and does the same thing. What do y'all think? Damn, son. I mean, I guess you gotta type. You know what I mean? You gotta type. You love you some porn addicted dudes, man. It just is what it is. Either that or you don't really like to date dudes that have fucking hobbies, or they are doing things with their lives, I guess, and that's the thing about dating dudes that have a lot of time for a girl is that when a guy has a lot of time for a girl, he either does one of 2 things. He either does one, he's either porn addicted or he's cheating all the time, or it's the other spectrum where if a dude has a bunch of time for you, he's just smothering and annoying. You know what I mean? Like, his life revolves around you and he ain't got nothing going on and all he wants to do is just be around you. It's one or the other. And it's like, if you got a nigga with some hobbies and he gets into stuff and, is a part of shit, yeah, he's not going to have much time for you, but hey, at least he ain't whacking and beating his meat all day long. He's got shit going on. He's got shit he's doing. And so I would try to find a guy who's into shit and actually does stuff, because these dudes, they probably are the type of guys that are just like, oh yeah, what do you like to do for fun? I just play video games and be chilling and smoke weed and that's all I really do. You know what I mean? And you're just like, oh my god, you're the best guy ever. My goodness, So I would try to get a dude who, yeah, like I said, he's got some fucking hobbies. I mean, he's into shit, you know. Hopefully that guy's into you, I guess. I don't know. Maybe you might be one of those girls that doesn't really have hobbies or do anything, and you just smoke weed all day. You might be one of those girls, and that's probably why you attract these kind of dudes. If I'm being real with you, like, I'm gonna be hundo P. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, because that's probably why you date these guys. You date these losers that got nothing going on. They smoke weed all day, and they have nothing but time for you. You know what I mean? And they're, like I said, they're either one of the two archetypes. They're either the guy who beats his meat all day or cheats on you, or he's the guy that, you know, he just makes you his whole entire life. You know, it's always one or the other. It's always one or the other. And so, you know, hey, just try and date different guys, I guess. That's all I can say to you, girl. Man, let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. All right. Caught my girlfriend cheating on me with her tattoo artist. Damn. She was slanging coochie for free ink. You know, I finally ended after the most clear evidence I've gotten. I've been suspicious of her for 8 months, as she slowly stopped showing me affection and wouldn't even hold my hand when walking around stores like we used to do. When I first asked her why her tattoo artist was calling her during dinner around 8:15, 8:30, and she quickly denied it and set her phone to silent mode. She stammered a bit and said that he probably just wanted to check up on how her recent tattoo she had gotten was healing. I asked her why he would call her that late at night, as it's after store hours, and she got mad and said that I was just accusing her of cheating, which I denied, and that I, in fact, had nothing of the sorts. That right there, just the fact that she just went straight to, well, you think I'm cheating? Yeah, now I do. I didn't say that. I just asked why he was calling you so late. But you went straight to cheating? Probably because you are. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. All right. And that I just thought it was weird. She got mad and I slept on the couch for a week. During the end of the week, I then saw some texts on her phone, just the notifications pop up when the phone screen, and I read them, of him texting her inappropriate messages about her body and how he misses her. She never shut him down or blocked him, which made me believe that she in fact had been seeing him behind my back. But I played it cool and pretended I didn't see them, so she didn't accuse me of going through her phone behind her back. And the final straw was when I came over for the weekend. We didn't live together. We traded weekends of visiting each other's places. I guess she forgot to change her phone background, because I went to move her phone when I saw a picture, or when I move her phone when I was shaving in the bathroom, and she had a picture of him with a caption saying, "I love you so much." Whoa, with the picture as well. I confronted her about it, and she called me delusional and that I was making it up, until I showed her the picture I took of with her phone. She just sat there and didn't say anything, and when I turned around to start packing my things, she started crying and said, "What are you going to tell your family?" Obviously, I said the truth. It shouldn't matter to you anyways, because you didn't care. Because if you did care, you wouldn't have cheated on me to begin with. As I pulled out of her driveway, she had the audacity to text my family group chat that she loves them and that she no longer going to be in their lives, and then left without telling them why, leaving me to explain what happened to my family while I was driving on the verge of crying. It's been 3 days and I'm still hanging on, but I didn't have to work today, so it's been terrible. I went and worked out for 2.5 hours today, and besides that, I've just been sitting here listening to music and wondering what I could have done to keep her loyal to me. I don't know what to besides going to work, exercising, and getting healthy amounts of sleep. And honestly, I think you're doing it right, man. Just work out, go to work, and try to get some sleep, because I feel you, man. I feel you. And honestly, there was nothing that you could have done to keep her loyal to you. That's just who she is. You know, I truly think that there is no, like, what could I have done differently to keep this person loyal? What could I have done to change things? Like, there is none of that. You know what I mean? There just is none of that, because that person is going to do what they're going to do regardless of how amazing of a person you are, amazing of a partner you are. I mean, you could be buying that girl flowers every single day. You could be telling that girl that you love her every single day. You know what I mean? You could literally give her the entire world, man, and she'll still do the same thing, because that's just who she is. That's, yeah, and that goes for guys and girls too, but in this specific situation, obviously, we're talking about her. But that's just how it is. And this goes for the other way too. You know, you could be the best girlfriend ever. You could be the best wife ever. You could be, you know, you could suck his dick all day long and cook him food and everything. But if he wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. And there's nothing that you can do to, quote unquote, make them loyal. You know, there's just nothing. And it sucks accepting that. And it's something that I've had to come to terms with accepting multiple times. And it's just the worst part of a breakup. You know, it's the worst part of being in a relationship, when you feel like you've done everything right and you still feel like I could have done better. And it's like, no, there's nothing you could have done. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. You did everything possibly right. And you just got dealt a shitty hand, you know. It sucks. And it is what it is, but I think you're doing it healthy, getting in the gym, you know, and you're getting some sleep and you're going to work, you know, making money and getting in better shape and getting adequate sleep. It's probably the best thing you can do for yourself, because once you're ready to get into another relationship, guess what, man? You look immaculate. You got your money, you know, like you're good. You're doing your thing. You know, you're just so focused. So, yeah, man, I think what you're doing is right. Keep doing what you're doing. And, you know,
she belongs to the streets.
It is what it is, man. She gonna realize them streets are cold. She is. All right. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments, though. Let's get on to this next one. This one's going to be the last one for this episode. We got this far in the episode. Appreciate you. I love you so much. And, again, hop on the Patreon, man. Get on there for that exclusive episode every single Friday. Rate and download the podcast, as well as follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. But without further ado, let's get into the last scenario for today. Am I the asshole for canceling my wedding because my fiance made a major life decision without telling me? Okay. Well, let's see what this major life decision was. I hope you can give me some advice. I don't know, man. I'm not licensed. I, 28 female, have been with my fiance, 32 male, for 6 years, and we've always talked about moving to a new city someday, but it was something we'd decide together when the time was right. Last week, out of nowhere, I found out through a mutual friend that he had accepted a job in another state. Not only that, but he had already signed a lease for an apartment without ever mentioning it to me. I was completely blindsided. When I confronted him, he brushed it off like it wasn't a big deal and said, I figured you'd be fine with it after the wedding. I couldn't believe he thought it was okay to make such a huge decision without even talking to me. He said he didn't want to stress me out before the wedding, which just made me feel even more ignored. It was like my option didn't matter at all. This wasn't just about a new job. It felt like a complete betrayal of trust. I had always believed we were a team making big decisions together, but now I was questioning everything. After a lot of thought, I decided to put the wedding on hold. I needed time to figure out if I could marry someone who would make a life-changing decision without consulting me first. If he could do this now, what would happen in the future? When I told my family and friends, their reactions were mixed. My mom thinks I'm overreacting and that we should just go ahead with the wedding. But my best friend agrees that this is a huge red flag. My fiance, on the other hand, is furious, saying I'm making a big deal out of one little thing. But to me, it's not like it's a sign. It's not little. It's a sign of how we might handle important things in the future. So am I the asshole for canceling the wedding because he made such a big decision without me? Or should I forgive him and move forward? I'm torn between feeling justified in my reaction and wondering if I'm being unreasonable. I personally think you're being unreasonable only because he's trying to look at the future. You know what I mean? I understand that he didn't consult you about that. I understand that he didn't talk to you about that. And it made you feel ignored and it made you feel upset and things like that. I understand that. I really do. And I think in the moment, you're justified to feel that way, to feel upset and feel like, yo, what the fuck? But at the same time, when you look at it in the long term, I think you're going to be happy with the decision that he made. Why? Because, I would hope that the new job offer that he took allows you guys to make more money. I would hope that the apartment that you guys are going to move into is nicer than what you're living in already. Maybe you're closer to the city. Maybe you're in the city, something like that. You did say that you guys were talking about moving to the city and stuff. I think he just looked at it like, hey, yo, I'm about to be a husband. I'm about to have a wife. I need to start making some big moves and I need to make them now. And because you gotta understand, like, from his perspective, he looks at it like, yo, shit is about to change. Shit's about to get real. I'm about to be a husband. She's about to be my wife. She's going to be looking for me to make shit happen and get things going and make the ball roll. You know what I mean? So I got to get through it. I got to get to it, and there's no time like the present, and I'm about to make shit happen. And I'm going to do it to where it's like, once, we're married officially, we're on our honeymoon doing our thing, I'm going to be like, babe, guess what? I got a new job and I'm moving us out to the city, like we've always wanted to. Like, you and me, we're about to be doing things. We're about to be getting shit done, like you got to look at it from his perspective. I understand that you're feeling upset and blindsided and ignored and all this and all that, but you have to look at it from his perspective that he's going to be expected. Even if you don't feel like he is expected to all this, he is in some degree. I mean, I'm sure he's that type of go-getter guy that gets out there and gets things done, or else you wouldn't be marrying this guy if he wasn't. Let's be honest here. Let's be a hundo P here. You wouldn't find this man attractive if he wasn't that man. That's a go-getter that gets out there and he gets things done. And he's just like, bam, 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 bam. You know what I mean? And the fact that he wants to marry you, you're like, oh, hell yeah. I want to marry a man like that, And so now the fact that he's, being his go-getter self and he's doing his thing, I mean, it's like, that's the guy that you married. That's the type of guy that, you're with. And so you got to kind of look at it from his perspective a little bit. He looks at it like, hey, yo, I got to make shit happen. I got to show my girl that I'm ready for this, that I'm not just talking out of my ass and it's this and that and whatever. I got to show her. And that's just the tough thing about being a man, is that you got to show out for your girl, but not all the time is she going to understand, your moves and why you're making them and what you're doing. And a lot of times you got to kind of show her the bigger picture. Like, you're just looking at the small little picture here, but when you look at the bigger picture, it's like, I got a new job that pays more money. We're moving into a nicer place. It's closer to the city. It's a dream that you and I have always talked about. I'm making shit happen. I'm making our dreams a reality. That's what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I would probably just feel like, you know what? He did all this for me. You know what I mean? He did this for us. Like, he's looking out for our best interest. He wants us to be, stable and good going into this marriage. And that's how you got to look at it. Not this negative bullshit of, oh my God, he doesn't care what I think. And like, no. He's doing this for you. He's doing this for you. For you and for your marriage and everything. I guarantee you, that's what he's doing. And that's why I think you're overreacting. I don't think there's a situation where he's in the wrong, if I'm being honest with you. I really don't. All he did is show out for his girl. He said, I'm going to get us a new place. I got a new job that pays more money. I'm about to be doing it for us. I'm taking our dreams and I'm making them a reality. I don't know. You let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like I said, I think she's overreacting. I think she should just look at the bigger picture and realize her man's doing it for her. But that's going to go ahead and be today's episode, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the thread and all the scenarios that we went over today. And again, get in the Patreon, man. Send in your scenarios to be featured on the shows like these people did today. I love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday. We are almost done with A Court of Thorns and Roses. We have this week and next week, and then we are done. We'll be doing book 2 of Haunting Adeline that following week. So yeah, look out for that. It's going to be a great time. I love you all. I will see you on Thursday, and peace.